Hi everybody, this is Kristen from A Voice and a View. Here to do another video. And today's healing lesson is called Healing from Your Addictions. And through some of my videos, I have mentioned through this great awakening journey, through all of this healing that I've done on myself, the way that Spirit has shown me how to get through my darkness and how to heal from it and release it. And I call God Spirit. God is called many things. Whatever you call God, doesn't matter. It's all the same energy. God is inside of you and works through you. God is not somewhere separate. You may believe different, and that's okay. But I'm going to show you this process of what helped me through a lot of my darkness. And you may see God differently. Through my videos, I show you my connection with God and how I arrived with Christ consciousness through this journey of healing. So I'm going to explain to you a little bit about energy, because I am an energy worker, a light worker, and I work with energy to help you understand a little bit about the dark and the light energy within you, because everything is energy and everything is about energy and a transfer of energy. God is energy. God is source energy. Okay? The universe, the Most High, the Almighty God. There's so many different names. But God works through you. And I'm just going to give you some details on, to help you understand a little bit about energy and about God, and how I have seen God and how God works through me. But God is dark and light, and we are all dark and light energy. Okay? We are part of God, which means we all have abilities. Once you understand this, and you understand the process of releasing the darkness off of you, you activate the light within you, and you activate God again. And sometimes the more darkness that we carry can create havoc in our lives. And a good way to describe this is when you're a baby, you're pure light, and you're closest to God. And you don't have a lot of darkness attached to you yet, through the trauma that you go through in life. As you grow and you have more experiences in your life, you can sometimes attach some really dark energies to you. Okay? And not only this, but through your DNA, through generations of families. And a good example of this is, being an alcoholic. A lot of you already know that if you're an alcoholic, you probably had a family member that was an alcoholic already. Okay? This is passed down through the DNA. It's a known fact. So this is an example that I give to help you understand not only the addictions that people end up suffering through, and with, but because darkness can be passed down through the DNA and through generations. And so when you suffer from a lot of pain in your life, you're not only accruing darkness in your own life from the experiences that you've had or that you've dealt with or created from the energy that you put out into the world, okay? All your behaviors, all your actions, your words towards yourself, towards others, it all creates either dark or light energy within us. Okay, but it can also be passed through the DNA. All the trauma that your family has went through in previous lifetimes can also be passed to you. Okay? So understanding these facts. When you accrue a lot of darkness within you, it brings you further away from God. You feel the separation. And sometimes, you become atheist. You become someone that doesn't have a belief in God because of the pain that you've suffered, because of the situations that you've dealt with. You might end up, not believing in God or being angry with God because you might blame God for situations that have happened in your life. But understand that there's dark and light energy in everything. And sometimes we can accrue a lot of darkness within us and on our bodies. Okay? And it's not just what, from our lineage, from our actions, but we can also get darkness from someone else. Through the DNA, guys, if you understand what I'm saying. Demons that other people carry that might transfer to you through certain actions. It's a real thing. The demons that we carry and that other people carry can be transferred to us because everything's a transfer of energy. You can either carry a lot of darkness on you or just the opposite. So you have to be really careful with the relationships that you are in, because when you are with that person, it's a transfer of energy through the DNA to you. And if they carry a lot of darkness, you're also going to heal. You're going to have to heal from all of that. So it can be very complicated if you don't understand energy, but when you do, it becomes very simple. And just to give you a little description, guys, about myself, I didn't understand this process at all. Okay? Until I started going through this awakening journey about 11 years ago now. And Spirit started showing me how to heal from all of my darkness. And the more I healed within myself, the more I started healing my addictions. And I was an emotional eater. Guys, I would eat my feelings, seriously. It was a bad habit of mine for a very long time. And through this process of healing, which I will show you by the end of the video on how to do it, I no longer stress eat. I no longer, eat when I'm emotional. I've lost over 50 pounds without really even trying. Because the more I healed within myself, the less I wanted to eat. I just didn't feel the anxiety anymore. I didn't feel so emotional with so much anxiety. Okay? So emotional eating was one of my addictions that I got through. Also, shopping. people can have many different addictions. It doesn't just have to be drugs or alcohol or smoking, which I'll get to in a minute. You can, overwork. There's so many different ones. But don't get me wrong, I still like to go shopping once in a while, but I don't feel the need to go shopping, really, ever. I'm not attached to the material world anymore. I've detached. And I feel the need to go get what I need once in a while, but I don't feel the need to really go shopping. And I rarely do it unless it's something I really need. But some people can have shopping addictions. I used to have an addiction of wanting to move. And I moved a lot through my life. When something wasn't going right, or I had a bad relationship and, not the way I liked, if I wasn't happy with my life, I would want to move. It was like an addiction. I wanted to move. Well, not constantly, but I moved quite a bit. And figuring the new place would be better. The new place would change my life. The new place I moved to was going to bring a lot better experiences into my life. But every time I did move, there wasn't much change. Drinking. I used to drink quite a bit for many years. And it wasn't like I became an alcoholic, but I always had that anxiety within myself, to want to relax, to de-stress for the day, having a few daily or more, and a lot more on the weekends sometimes. Sorry, I'm going to turn my air on here. It's getting pretty warm in my car. And through the healing process, one day, I realized that it had been a few weeks since I had a drink. I didn't even realize it until something that I was dealing with for a very long time, for many, many years, that used to really upset me. I had a lot of anxiety over, used to trigger me constantly. One day, it just went over my shoulder. It didn't bother me. And I responded with a calm voice, with understanding. It was so weird. And I remember thinking to myself, why isn't this bothering me the way it used to? I was calm. I was peaceful about it. It wasn't like I was overreacting or being upset or, the tone in the voice. Sometimes being angry about it. But one day it was just like a realization that it didn't trigger me nearly as much. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it does, but most of the time I'm pretty calm. Most of the time I'm pretty peaceful with all the healing that I've done. And I'll get to you, I'll explain in a minute about the other addiction, the one main addiction that I struggle with. But the reason I'm on here is because Spirit has shown me the way through my addictions. And it's a daily process, a daily healing process. It's never, it's ever changing. Let's just put it this way. You're never at a finality, guys. You're never at the end, right? There's always healing to do. There's always changes that need to be taken. But I hope with this video that if therapy is not working for you, if you've gone above and beyond trying to find something to help you with getting over an addiction, trying to find something that will help you make that big change in your life to where you can overcome it and change your life. I hope this video will help you, because it's definitely helped me. And that's why I'm on here today. I have a connection with spirit. And whether you believe me or not, I can communicate. I've done enough healing work within myself to be able to connect in that way. And there are many others that can do this. Okay, they're light workers. They've done enough healing within themselves. God has shown them the way through, as well as me, to show us how to heal ourselves. And so, before I get into my current addiction, I get signs in the natural world from spirit, from my spirit guides, my angels, ancestors. I can connect. And I get shown signs everywhere. And I've been shown signs to quit smoking for quite a long time now. And today, it was early in the day, I pull up behind a truck at the beach and I see 555 on the license plate. And whether you understand this or not, depending on where you are in your awakening journey, when you reach a certain frequency, a healing frequency, because everything is frequency and vibration, it's like the more you come back to God and you release the darkness off of you and you activate the light within, you can communicate through healing your chakra system, okay, through the 7 chakras of the body. And you can communicate, and you will be sent signs and synchronicities from the universe, because the universe is made up of numbers. Okay, it's mathematics. Everything is mathematics. It's numbers. And 555 means change. Could be a timeline change. Could be, there's many different meanings for 555. Okay, but so I pull up to the beach and I see 555 on this license plate, and I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm being shown that I need to quit. And I've been shown a lot of different signs, guys, about quitting smoking. It's been a very hard addiction for me to overcome. I've been a smoker for 30 years. 30 years of my life. Which is crazy to me, because I used to be the biggest anti-smoker, guys. I had a family member that was a smoker, and I couldn't stand it. He actually flicked a cigarette out his window one day, and it came back in my window and hit me in the face. And I got really mad. And actually, I did a video in high school about smoking, right? I was a big anti-smoker. And I did this video, and I can't remember what group it was for, but gosh, at that time, I couldn't stand to be around smokers. Couldn't stand it. Didn't want to be around them. Couldn't stand the smell. And here I am, 30 years later, a smoker. But I started smoking when I moved out west. Gosh, I was in my early 20s. I'm 52 now. But I lived with a lot of people that smoked. And I was the only one that didn't. And I was very stressed out at the time. And one day, I was walking down the street with everybody, and they're smoking, and I'm like, give me one. And I just started smoking. And a lot of people don't understand smokers, okay? They don't understand the connection. They don't understand they don't understand the addiction and why people smoke cigarettes. But if you're a cigarette smoker, you understand that it is like a friend, like a best friend that stays with you, right? I've been smoking so long, it's like a best friend that's been with me. So when I don't have one, it's like I'm missing something. You know, it's become a part of myself that I've been smoking for so long. It's like I'm missing a part of me. So this is an addiction that I have not gotten through yet. Although I've been trying to quit here and there over the years. I quit about 2 times for my kids, for the most part. And within the last month or so, I actually made it a week and a half, right? But then I got stressed out with moving and I started again. But this is the one main addiction that I have not gotten through yet. So to all the cigarette smokers out there, I get it. Totally get it. You know, and we're looked down upon. You know, we're not allowed to smoke in bars anymore, smoke on properties anymore. You know, we get a bad rep. Whereas, you know, other vapors, they get to smoke, and, you know, it's a weird thing, guys. I mean, a lot of weed smokers, you know, it's okay because it's considered natural. But, you know, we get a bad rep. And I understand it's not healthy. I get it. But anyways, I'm not going to go into that topic, but I'm telling you, I understand the addiction. And I've been getting signs everywhere to quit. God works through me and shows me signs everywhere. He'll lead my eyes. I just got confirmation, guys. Spirit works through me. Okay, he shows me confirmations. And if you're awakened enough, you'll understand about the confirmations. But God leads my eyes to see what I need to see. And gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've seen, or my eyes were led to a no smoking sign, or something on the radio, an ad, a commercial. One time I was on a trip. I think I was in Wisconsin at the time with family members, but this lady got out of her car with a breathing tube, okay, through her nose. She had an oxygen tank with her. And she got out of her car and she looked right at me and she pointed at me, even though I was with 2 other women in my family. She pointed right at me and she said, "Quit smoking." Yeah, I'm talking to you. And she's like pointing right at me. She's not pointing at the other 2. She's pointing at me, saying, "You need to quit smoking." And she was mad. She's like, "Listen to me. Quit smoking." There's no coincidences in your life, okay? That was a sign for me. And this was a few years ago. Spirit was trying to get through to me way back then. But I'm shown signs everywhere, okay? And actually, I would say in probably the last 2 months, every time I go, well, not every time, but a lot of the times, I'll be smoking and an ambulance will go by. And I know it's a sign. This is how Spirit works. When you're healed enough within you, okay, when you activate enough light within you, you connect back to God. And you will be shown signs. They'll be showing you signs everywhere. But I know one of my purposes here on this earth is to show others how to get through their darkness and how to heal their addictions. And part of healing addictions is going through them yourself. You have to understand the addiction to help others get through theirs. So this is another reason I'm doing the video. The Spirit has shown me. Trying to help you get through all of the struggles that you face every day. Okay, and the anxiety that you go through, and the trauma and suffering that you feel within from all of your experiences in your life that started you on this path of being addicted to other substances. Okay, it could be a drug addiction, could be anything. You know, you gotta do some reflection and look within yourself and see what you're addicted to. You know, a lot of people can't be alone. They have to be around someone else. This is another addiction. And whether you look at that or not as an addiction, it is. Because I used to be that way. I lived my life through other people because I didn't know myself. I had to be around other people. I had to be in other situations so I didn't have to look at myself. I didn't have to examine my own problems. And I had a really hard time being alone. Now, if you've watched my videos, I talk about being in hermit mode. Because I'm a hermit a lot of the time. And I like to be alone for the most part. Not that I don't want other people in my life or, you know, a relationship. I like my alone time because that's where I connect. That's where God shows me his world. And I love to be in the natural world, not in man's world. I like to be in the natural world where God shows me his creations and how we are all connected that way. But through this process of healing, I want to show you a way through. I want to show you a different world and something that you may not understand or have experienced yet in your journey in this lifetime. You know, and like I said, if you've been to therapy, if you've had a lot of other different resources on therapy and trying to get you through your pain and trauma and struggles and addictions, if nothing worked, I hope this video will help you. And if you know someone that this might help, please share it. But I talk about this process in many of my videos. And the first thing is to understand your chakra system. Okay, and you can go on YouTube and understand how to open up your chakras. Okay, there's 7 chakras in the body. Please understand what each chakra does and how to open it up, or how to open each one of them up. Okay, 7 chakras, they all do different things, but with the power of your mind, okay, you can raise your frequency and start losing addictions through your healing. Excuse me. We only use about 10% of our brain. And there's a reason why you haven't been shown that you can access more. You can. Through meditation. Through opening up your chakra system. Through meditation. And understanding how to release the darkness inside of you. Okay? And release the dis-ease in your body. Disease. Okay? Your pain and trauma can cause disease. And there's another confirmation. But dis-ease in the body is from your darkness. From all the trauma and pain that you've suffered. You know, your trials and tribulations, guys. And the way you do this, you get in a quiet place. You can do this actually outside in the sun or anywhere really, but I've done it mainly in the sun. Sit outside in the sun or in a dark room. Sit with your legs relaxed nothing crossed. And this is what I did. I sat in a chair, pretty much. Or, you don't have to be in a yoga position. You don't have to be in a specific position, although some people do. Whatever way you're comfortable. So you sit and you close your eyes. And I'm adding this in my video as well because I don't always do this, but it's very helpful, okay? Well, actually, I'm going to mention this first. Start taking fluoride out of your water and your toothpaste, as much as possible. Drink spring water or put your water out in the sun in a glass jar for 24 hours. So examine the fluoride, okay? It's a big deal because it will decalcify your pineal gland, okay? This is a big part of it. Your pineal gland is like your Wi-Fi signal to God. Okay, you got to get it out of your water. So do that first. Keep doing this as much as possible, but this is really going to help with your awakening process and your healing process. So anyways, I had to mention that. So, okay, so sit wherever you want to sit. Oh, okay. I had a notification come in. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay? You breathe in, hold it for probably 5 to 10 seconds each. So take deep breaths 3 different times doing that. Okay, and then I want you to make sure your eyes are closed and focus on your heart space, on your heart chakra. And I want you to think about one traumatic experience that you've had in your life and relive it. Okay? Detail by detail. Relive it, cry it out through your emotions, and let it go. Give it to the universe. This is how you release the darkness off of you and you activate the light within. And I want you to do this each time you release one of your painful experiences. And depending on what experiences you've had in your life, could be a lot, could be a lot less. But this is the process to heal. And the more you release off of you, of the darkness, the closer you come back to God. Just like a baby. Again, we start out life as a baby, closest to God, and the more trauma we experience, we attach to ourselves. And as you heal from the inside out, you will release a lot of your darkness, and you'll start to release your addictions. It will become automatic because you won't feel the anxiety and the stress. All those memories that have been created in your life, all the struggles that you've had and dealt with. Okay, your heart remembers. Your heart remembers your pain and suffering. When you look at your pain head on and you see through it all, you've got to get your fear or release your fears. If you keep your fear hidden within yourself, you're holding yourself back and you're staying stuck. And you're reliving your pain over and over again. You have to look at it head on and deal with it. Because the magic on the other side of that fear is going to be amazing. God wants you to look at your fear straight in the face and deal with it. It might be a situation that you didn't cause. It might be something that happened to you. You know, sometimes we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we heal from it. Because you are not your pain. Okay, you are not other people's pain. You can feel through it all and heal from it. And things will be so much better on the other side of it. But you can't keep reliving your pain over and over again. And this process will show you, once you start healing through your experiences, it will show you that that painful experience will become a memory. It won't control you anymore. It'll be like a filing system in the back of your brain somewhere that you remember, but it will no longer control your life. Okay? You've got to work through your fears. And a lot of people don't know who they are without their trauma attached to them. And I didn't. And a lot of the times you don't realize how much trauma attaches to you. And a lot of people don't know who they are without their pain. You've carried it your lifetime, or part of your lifetime, or who knows how long. Everybody's different, but understanding that you have to work through your fear of whatever happened to you. You have to see it and feel through it all. See it in detail. Cry it out, because your tears are powerful. There is power in your emotions. That's why we have them. And if you're taught not to cry, this is not the way. Especially for men. If you're shown that you're not a man because you cry, it's definitely not the way. Your emotions are there for a reason. They're there for you to feel through it all. Whether you have to go in a private room and be by yourself to do it, do it. This is how you heal. You can also journal. Journal and put down your feelings of how you felt during that situation. Because it gets that experience away from you. It gets that experience off of you. And I read this in a Dr. Phil book quite a few years ago. And I'm telling you guys, it was amazing. I had an experience, and in the book, it told me to write down everything about that experience. Get it off me, right? So that's what I did. And it was like 8 or 9 pages long. And the book said to put it somewhere for a few days and don't read it, and then go back to it and read it again. And see if you recognize that person who wrote it. To see if you recognize what you wrote. And let me tell you, I didn't recognize myself at all in that letter. It was almost like a child was writing it. And I felt so different after I wrote all of it down. It was like a completely different person wrote it. It was an amazing experience, guys, and it really helped me because I was obsessing over this situation and I couldn't pass through it. I couldn't get over it. But it was like a big weight had been lifted off of me after I did it. So that's another thing you can do. But through this process, Spirit has shown me the way through. And I know part of my purpose here, which I didn't know what my purposes were my whole lifetime. But now I'm being shown what some of them are. And this is one of them. I have dealt with a lot of different addictions in my life. And I've gotten over a lot of them. The more I healed within myself, the more I let go of what no longer served me. And even though I still struggle with smoking cigarettes, I don't smoke weed, although I have done it, I will get there. But I'm on here because I have also struggled with addictions. But I have gotten through so many. I have put so many in the past. I have healed so much within myself that it not only helped me heal inside myself of my trauma, it also took a lot of weight off of me. Not just mentally, physically it did. And the weight just started coming off. This process is amazing. And I suggest it so much. And if you haven't found a way to heal a lot of the problems that you've had and suffered from through your life, I hope that you try this, because it works. And Spirit wanted me to show you this, because there's a lot of us here that are here to help you heal, to show you the way through, that there is a way, that there is a reason that you're seeing this video today. And you'd be amazed on the message that is being sent to your phone, because Spirit works through algorithms. If you're seeing this message and you're watching it today, there's a reason it's in front of you. It's for you to see it. God is showing you a way to help you to get through all of your darkness, to release it, and to start new. Okay, to get over your addictions. But you have to make the effort. You have to do the work. And the universe will meet you halfway. God will always meet you halfway. So please start this process. You've got to give Spirit a channel to work through. Okay, you've got to do the work. Nobody's going to do it for you. And nobody is going to come save you. You have to save yourself. It's part of this journey of healing. It's part of being here. The experiences that we have to work through them. We have to heal ourselves. Okay, and sometimes that can be really hard. But I'm here to tell you there's a way through. To heal enough within yourself to make a better world for yourself. To help you see the other side. I mean, this will transform your life, guys. I've done a 360. It's amazing. I don't recognize myself. Sometimes I'm so calm and peaceful that I'm like, it's just weird. Sometimes I'm still not used to it. Lost a lot of my triggers. I'm pretty peaceful most of the time. And when you heal enough, you're on a different frequency. And you will be able to connect with Spirit. You'll be on a different, it's like a Wi-Fi channel, like a radio station. You'll be on a different frequency. And you will no longer struggle in the dark energies, okay? Anger, fear, resentment, revenge, depression, loneliness, anxiety, addictions. You got to work your way up through the lower frequencies, okay? Through the lower chakras, centers. Through we call it devil energy. and work your way up through the heavenly energies, okay? From the heart chakra on up, through the crown chakra, up here. The Bible is an ascension guide. Okay, God is within you, not somewhere on a cloud. And I used to be Catholic, so I understand. I went from growing up Catholic, totally changing my beliefs. And now I know what God really is, because God has shown me the way through. God has shown me who He is. It's amazing when you do enough healing to where you can connect and communicate. It's incredible, guys. And this journey has taken me a while, and it might take you a while. But if you're consistent with it, if you do enough work within yourself to heal, you're going to be amazed. And you're going to start to have magical experiences like I have. It's an incredible journey. It's an incredible journey. And you will start to ascend. This is the ascension process. And the more healing you do, the higher you go, and the more the world will change around you. And your experiences will change, and new people will come into your life. Okay? Your soul tribe. The people that are meant for you. And you won't be attracting so much darkness to you and dark energies to you. You will start to transform. It's a transformation process. You will alchemize your pain and change your energy. So I hope this video helps you. And again, if you know someone that it could help, please share it. This is an amazing process that I've been doing for, it's been about 11 years, guys. 11 years. And again, healing is a never-ending process. But the more you do it, the more you're going to transform your life. And your healing, your frequency, will transfer to others. It will change others. Healing is a frequency. And it will domino onto others. It's amazing. Your energy will start to change others for the better. This is how we heal. This is how we change the world. Whether you believe in this process or not, we all need to make changes in our lives. And through all of our trials and tribulations, okay, there's a better way. There is a way that works to release all of that heartache off of you. And through all of my experiences, guys, in my lifetime, let me tell you, you can heal from anything. And I've been through a lot. Whether that be through relationships, through family, through friends, manipulation. I mean, it's been a journey for me. But I know that there's a reason why I went through it all. And there's a reason why God showed me the way through. And I'm here to help you get to the other side and to get through all of your pain and suffering and to show you a better way. So I hope this helps, and I hope you will start this journey. It's an amazing one. All right, this is Kristen from A Voice and a View. Peace, love, and light, guys. And please start the journey of healing. Love you all. Bye.